Salam and hello, my name is Abbas.
My name is In'am.
We're doing this show called Locally Yours.
Locally yours. Locally yours.
Salam and welcome to another episode of Locally Yours. This is your host Abbas, and you must have noticed I'm wearing a jersey on my shoulder. Now, let me give you a little background about this jersey. This jersey was given to me 20 years back, almost 2 decades back. And I was given this jersey when I represented Oman in a cricket tournament for under 19. It was an international tournament. And I still wear it on my shoulders very proudly. And there's a good reason behind this because today my guest, well, what can I say? He plays for the Oman Cricket team. And recently, one of his video went viral online. He got Pakistani team captain's wicket, okay? It was a great video. What a great delivery. Mohammad Haris. And yes, it was just a treat to watch. So you better watch out today because my guest might just bowl you over. You see what I did there? Or let's not get too ahead of ourselves. I might just stump him with my questions. Okay, you know what? I've got the bad jokes out of the way. Let's all give a big round of applause for the one and only Muzahir Raza from the Oman Cricket national team. Welcome, Muzahir. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, Muzahir, does this bring back old memories? Like, do you know this jersey? Do you know this logo?
Oh man, I was pretty young. That year. I was pretty young.
How old are you now?
I'm 22.
22.
Yeah.
So this is so you were 2 when I was given this jersey, and I think I just feel like I have arthritis now. Just because of this conversation, I feel old. Okay, but that's why I have you on this table today because I want to feel young. I want to relive my, younger days. When I was representing Oman, and it was a proud moment for me. So let's kick off with cricket. Tell me what got you into cricket, and more importantly, what got you into professional cricket?
Oh, that's a very long story if you go through because it includes.
We have
a lot
all
of
the
things.
time. We do have all the time, of course.
Yeah,
let's go ahead.
It is. So cricket basically runs in our blood as are from the back nations.
Okay.
So for my parents, my father used to play for under 17 Pakistan. So,
Oh, wow.
So it
and
runs
playing
in the
for
blood.
Pakistan must have been really tough, right? Because the
Yeah,
selection
yeah.
process is very
His
tough.
competition was very, very big legends, Rashid Latif and all. Those were the
Oh,
reasons.
Rashid Latif, wicketkeeper, right? For Pakistan. Brilliant. Okay.
So that was a competition you're talking about. So we have seen TV cricket from that craze which goes away on. It was just cricket all over.
Right.
And back now there was football and everything. Back days and there, cricket was a very, 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 very popular sport by then.
True.
So now it is because of sports. There are a lot of sports in it.
Right.
So back then in our countries, so we used to have cricket, which was #1 sport. So that was everyone's dream. So I used to shadow practice, like hitting a shot and saying, "Oh, that's a 4, that's that."
Oh, did you play your own commentary in your head?
I used to do that. 100% I used to do that. And I swear to God, when I stand in this stage, I still remember those days when I was young, swinging a plastic bat.
Yes.
Without a baller, just imaginary. Just standing in the balcony and doing that.
Right.
So cricket started with the craze. It doesn't come like, okay, your family is saying to play, your parents are saying to play. I usually see that happening these days. But in Oman, 45 Celsius, 46 Celsius, we're playing on the roads.
Yes.
I live in Wadi Kibi, so that's the place.
I remember playing on the grounds where we had sand and stones.
Yeah.
So I used to tell my fellow teammates that in Oman, if you dive to save a boundary, your cricket is over, and if you don't dive, still your cricket is over because you're not putting in enough effort.
We started. How did it went to the grass? I will tell you. We started from the road.
Right.
We started from the road and then we went to the concrete. We went that side on the other sand grounds. You played that. You know more than me about those, and you know how they are.
And
they're
now
really
cricket's
fast.
come a long way thanks to Oman Cricket. We have turf pitch in
Yeah.
Oman. We have beautiful looking grounds, and we are hosting international tournaments.
We have done the World Cup as well because thanks to all the seniors and the coaches and staff, they have done an amazing job. It takes a lot of hard work to reach this place and organize the World Cup. That's
and
the thing.
especially the person who's maintaining the turf pitch in Oman. You know how much hard work goes into that, rolling it, watering it. It's like taking care of your baby.
And the groundsmen are old from decades from that time till now. They're so loyal to the ground.
Wow.
That's what. And
That's
our country
amazing.
was representing World Cup as well. And now we done emerging cup back-to-back big very big all the organizations we have done it. So it's been a long way for Oman cricket. And I've been seeing the cricket which we started with one ground.
Right.
And I was pretty young, and it was a dream to play in a grass ground back then.
Yes.
So there was one ground, then after that one ground, then we opened the second one. When the second was new ground, That's where we started playing. And I from
And
under
where
13.
did you start? Sorry to interrupt, but where exactly did you start? Under 15, under 16, under 17, under 19?
Under 13. My cousin
No
is
way.
Taha. He used to play for Oman that day. So we used to.
Is he the one fast bowler,
Yeah,
right?
he's
Taha?
fast bowler.
You guys are cousins.
Yeah, he's
that
my
explains his height and his good looks, by the way. Taha was very talented. I
Yes.
remember him. I think when I stopped playing cricket, that's when he had just joined in. He had joined in when I was leaving, and he was part of the junior team. He was a very good bowler, by the way.
And then when I joined the school, so they were really popular. They were really popular. I used to see them. Everyone used to be like, "Oh, Taha did that, Hussein
Yeah.
did that, my
Yes.
cousin Hussein as well."
Right.
So and Kumail as well.
Right,
These
right.
three used to play. They used to play very good, and Taha was like outstanding. And I used to
Right.
look them. I'm like, "Wow, they're so popular," and it made me interested in cricket more and more to go play in Oman. That made me. And then I used to see my cousin play, and like he had some records as well. He was doing pretty well. So that's where I started from MCC. I told my dad that I want to go and play cricket. He's like, "No need. You need to study." Because
Agreed.
he haven't seen me play cricket.
Yes.
So one day what happened? He saw me playing on the road with my friends. I'm hitting a cut shot. I'm slogging it. I'm doing this. He's like, "Okay, he might have some,"
Oh, man,
because
that's
he
so
was
cool.
he was a cricketer. So he saw
Right.
some spark in me.
Right.
So that's what happened. So he told me that you have to come.
Like, good for you. Your parents accepted you. My parents have watched this,
Yeah.
what I do,
Okay.
and they still don't agree. They still don't come and watch.
That's harsh, man.
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
That's harsh. So what happened is my dad told me you have to come first or second and third in class. So I was pretty average in studies because you can see how it is. So I was like, okay, let's give it a shot. I studied hard. I never studied that hard, but I studied very hard.
You studied hard for cricket.
100%.
Okay.
100%. That was a craze. And then I came second. Then my dad was like, okay, he did so much for cricket. So let's get him a bag and a bat and some few pads. And
Oh, man, that's
I still
so
remember
cool.
that kid bag in my house, in my
What
old
color
house.
was it?
White color, because we used to play in the sand. Right?
Pink for me.
Pink.
Don't ask. Just go on with your
Oh
story.
my
Don't ask
days,
me
oh my
questions.
days.
I'm the one who's gonna ask you questions. Okay?
Pink
It was
was
pink.
that
Let's move
color.
on. Let's move on. Yes.
Okay, so I had the white one, and then I went to the academy. So they put me in under 12 and all. I was pretty young.
Okay.
And then they saw me play. They're like, "There is no place for you in under 13." I'm like, "Why?" They're like, "Go and play in under 16."
Wow.
And I was like, okay. And then there was like 6 nets in a row. And the youngest one was in the first one, and the eldest one was in the 6th and the 5th net. So there was always a dream to play in the 5th and the 6th net.
I know,
There was
I know
always
what
a
you're
dream.
talking about, yeah.
So reaching till that 6th net, when we reached there, all the seniors went away. They passed out, they were overage.
Right,
What
right.
happened? I started with MCC. Himal Mehta was our coach.
Oh wow. Okay.
He was a very, very good
A
coach.
former Oman national team player
Yeah,
as well.
He was a coach, and then my cricket career kicked off. And then one day I went to a under 16 selection.
Okay.
I was really nervous. There was a lot of kids. You don't know who you are in them. And
Right.
then when coaches are saying they're looking at you, there's kids, there are thousands of options. You look into yourself.
Right.
What are you actually?
Yes.
And are you better than them?
Yes. Yes.
Is your performance enough for that? And I was around 15, I guess, when I went to that. And then there was one time, I still remember that day. I will always remember that day. That day, my career kicked off. I remember that day. It was 22. They had to select 21.
Right.
There was my friend, Adil. He was in 21, and I was 22. I was left out.
Oh, so you were left out of the main squad.
Yeah, I was rejected. I was left out.
Oh man.
And they
that-
said me one thing, I still remember, better luck next time.
Okay. Okay.
I was like, yes, it should be better luck next time. When I was walking towards the ground to my father, he's like, "You look sad. Did you get rejected?" Then I said, "Yeah, I was down. I was like very
Right.
disappointed."
Right.
And then there was Shaji, the man. You know him.
The man, the myth, the legend, Shaji coach. If you're watching this, you didn't only create Muzahir's career. He also helped me along with the Asim coach. Big shout out to these two coaches who made me play
any
cricket.
day, any that
Yeah,
coach. That coach saw something.
Salam coach, if you're watching this.
Yes.
Salam alaikum coach. yeah. Before,
Yes.
no disrespect.
No
to our
disrespect to
coaches.
the coach. Shaji sir brought me and he's like, there was NYDT that time. There was national U team in the division. So he did me. He like, he's like, come here. You got rejected. So he's like, okay, come to the practice. We have NYDT practice. I was like, okay, I'll go. My cousin used to play again, Taha.
Right. Okay.
So he used to play there. So I was like excited, yes. And my other cousin Hossein also used to play there. So I was like, okay, excited, yes. And my seniors also was there. Ubaid was there. Mohsin was there. These guys were there that
Right.
time. So I went in the net. I was bowling. I was a leg spinner. I started my career with a leg spinner, and I was a batsman, like a free. They used to call me a freebie.
Okay,
For
okay.
a reason, because I used to bowl
You were
leg.
leg spinner. Were you a slogger as a batsman?
Yeah, I used to hit very hard.
Okay,
I used to come opener one down, but
Okay, okay.
like how Afridi started his career as well.
Exactly, yes.
So I used to come in that time. Why they used to call me Afridi? For a reason, because I used to hit a shooter, and I used to bowl quick leg spins.
Oh, okay.
It was more like a fast bowler bowling. Like a very
Right,
quick,
right.
Very, very
And if
quick.
you're bowling a shooter, you also need very strong shoulder because your run up is
Very short.
very short,
Yeah.
and you have to use that jerk.
Back, yeah, that thing is to be there. So what happened is now you look at the coach's IQ. He saw me bowling leg spin. He's like, come here. He's like, are you a spinner or are you a fast bowler? So I said him, I'm a spinner, sorry. So he said, are you sure? I'm like, yes. He's like, go 5 steps back and bowl a fast ball. And I just bowled a ball and it went on the corner, but nothing
Yeah,
happened.
it was wide or probably.
Yeah, I was like, coach.
Yeah.
Then my father was behind the screen. He was
Right.
sitting there. So my father came. He's like, "Are you sure what you're doing?" He's like, "Do you believe me?" My father said, "Yes, I believe it to Shaji sir."
Yes.
And Shaji sir is like, "I will make him a fast bowler." My father hesitated. He's like, "Oh."
Right.
He's like, he said, "Do you believe me?" My father said, "Yes, I do believe you." Then there was my Ubaid Mohsin. I still remember that line. They were behind there, and I sat there and I was like, guys, how to bowl a fast ball? They were like, you will get to know with time and time. People, the fast bowlers you see international, they're from when they were born, they were fast
they were
bowlers.
fast bowler. And
They were
this-
pretty quick.
True.
And they gel like that. They
Right,
always
right.
gel. Fast bowlers are like natural.
Right.
And I trusted. I was just bowling normally. I was nothing great at all. I'll be very honest. I was just a kid who got rejected. Was trying something else. But what coach saw in me was something very, very different. He saw the potential. He saw the future in me, and he always used to tell me one thing: your batting is also very, very, very good. Very good. I'm a fast bowler batsman. So he used to tell me always, play your game, play your open
Right.
game, because I used to play hard.
Right.
I used to go on the bowler, like really, really hard on the
Yeah.
bowler. So with time, what happened when I got rejected, when the team went to the tour, the practice matches and the normal matches was going on.
Right.
So what happened is, so I played one match, I made a record in that.
Okay.
178 runs and 70 balls.
Oh,
I was
whoa.
thrashing them.
How many sixes are we looking at and how many boundaries?
I was quite young. There were sixes were like 2.
Okay.
But fours were like, I don't remember the stat because at 170, I was talking
Only
to my
2 sixes out of 170.
Yeah,
So I'm assuming a lot of boundaries. Like you
there
must.
was only boundary. My non-striker was just, he's like, okay, I'm not playing. You just play. I used to ask him, where should I hit? Which side?
Yeah.
I was that confident.
Wow.
And when I was bowling a leg spin, I used to bowl wide.
Right.
So that match itself, I was thinking, okay, now what should I do? Fast ball or leg spin? I was practicing fast ball. Then I ran back and I came and one board.
Oh,
I was
wow.
like, okay, this is something fun.
Yeah.
You know how Astro grounds have that stumps which fly.
Yes.
So that feeling,
Right,
it hit
right.
and it came out. So I was like, okay, that's fun. That was one batting record, and then from the bowling also, I started taking wickets and runs by run. And that time itself, there were a lot of talks going on. I came in newspaper, Times of Oman,
Right,
1 day,
right.
2 days, second match, third match. I was
Right.
kept on coming. Then the team came back. Like, okay, this person is scoring runs back to back. There's runs happening.
Right.
So they sat down. They're like, okay. Then they came under 19 trials, and I was 16.
Right.
I was 16, under 19 trials. And I still remember the 22s. And I was never in the 22s. I was in the 5th, 6th, or in the 10th, 11th.
Right.
I just kept going because of my performance. That day told me that you have to work hard as much as possible. The groundsman used to say, please go to the home. Your home is not here.
Yeah.
Me and my friend Yash, we used to just sit there because my house is really far away from
Right,
the ground.
right.
Amrad is far, from our
Yes,
houses
of course,
everywhere.
yeah.
So we used to stay in the ground for like good 7 hours, 6 hours, 5 hours, long practice sessions, 2 practice sessions. We used to work hard.
Oh,
The
wow.
ground time was mad.
Is this, by the way, as we're on the subject, is this the downside of being a professional athlete? Where you have to dedicate so much time sometimes. Like there are these milestones, you reach a milestone and then you realize, hey, hard work is not over. I have 3 other milestones now. It could be long term or short term. So is that like a downside that keeps weighing you down mentally and physically? Like
the learning part in the cricket. Sachin Tendulkar, the greatest batsman.
Hands on.
His last innings, you know what he said? There's a lot learning. When he said that, which stage am I in right now?
Right.
So that's what the learning process never in your general life. It never stops. You keep learning in this whole years.
Yes.
You keep learning 1 day, 2 day, 3rd day, every day. So that learning process never finishes off. And professional athlete, as you said, I have reached that. We were practicing to be a professional athlete. Then we got a chance. Then we adapted. When you avail that thing, then you become a professional athlete. But you have to practice as a young kid. You have to practice that professional athlete, that attitude.
Right.
From the seniors. We had seniors.
By the way, just letting people know he's 22, yeah? And the wisdom he has right now as a professional athlete is respect, man. Like, this is some good words for even young cricketers out there watching Muzahir. Discipline, man. When I was your age, I'll say it on camera, I'm not shy. I didn't have this sort of discipline or wisdom. Please go ahead. Yeah, I'm learning from you.
No, man. That means a lot. Thanks. So that's what the learning process never stand. And we took it from the seniors, from our national team, because they were heroes. The fast bowlers which I came in, it's a pride being there. Because the fast bowlers we are playing now, right now, they had a lot of name. Bilal Khan, Kalimullah, Fayaz. But these guys are legends of associate cricket.
Right.
These guys set a new standard for fast bowling on associate. Bilal Khan has 100 wickets on ODI and T20s. It's some phenomenal numbers.
Yes.
Like for that, what they used to do, I'm trying to do that, is what? Sheer hard work. Sheer hard work.
Well said, man.
This thing where we stand, it's any field, it's your field, it's my field. It's just one thing which comes across is hard work.
Hard work. Then you'll also conquer luck. You will also conquer bad vibes from people or people trying to cut you down.
100%.
Hard work, man. That's the key to all of these doors. Like you can just unlock them. That's so true.
Anyone can do hard work. Let me get to that point as well. But what makes us different from others is the discipline.
Right.
It's the method which goes again day by day.
Yes.
A person, I'll tell you, go and practice every day. So say, okay, I'm going to practice for this and that, but aren't you getting bored?
Yes.
So that's the discipline which you get to the ground, you give to the ground. When you spend time on the ground is going to give you good rewards.
And what do you think is different from, say, associate teams or teams that are coming up now in the cricketing world and the teams that are already there? Let's take one team, Australia or India. What do you think they're doing different, that one thing that's giving them that edge over other teams? It could be anyone. It could be associate teams or teams that are actually shocking the cricketing world, like Afghanistan.
Yeah.
You know, they were the underdogs. And then in the previous World Cup, they just surprised everyone and came out of nowhere, beating big teams. So what is Afghanistan doing different now? Or what are these top teams doing different that the associate teams aren't doing? That one thing, maybe, if you could just put it in a nutshell.
See, it's the start of my career. I'll tell you honestly. This thing my seniors will tell you very perfectly. But what I adapt, I'm going to tell you that as well. I played against India, Pakistan. What made other associate countries, not us, I would say, other associate countries and us, was the mindset, the attitude, the aura they have. Because back there in the countries, they're heroes.
Right.
They are heroes. Like they're stars. Because that aura and that mindset is the one thing which they are a bit different than for the associate, which we are playing against them and we're trying to adapt those things. And then if you talk about facilities, we have amazing. Whoever came to Oman, Oman facilities are out of the world. It's really, really nice. Like associate countries, we're one of the best with facilities. Organizing a World Cup, Emerging Cup is a very big deal.
Actually, I did send pictures of the ground and, you know, a few tournaments that were taking place. So I was there covering it for Oman Cricket. And I sent those pictures to my old friends, the friends that I played cricket with, or even just school friends who are not in Oman now. And I think they were crying on the other side because they were like, this is beautiful. This is in Oman. I'm like, this is happening in Oman.
The green.
And they were very emotional about it. So
it's very nice. The grounds and everything. So that's what made the difference. I'm telling you, it's the mindset.
It's the mindset.
It's a mindset. And I'm sorry, I'm cutting it down for this one.
Please.
And one more thing they have endless cricket and endless matches. Matches make them associate cricket and the international test playing nations. We call them test playing nations.
Yes.
So the test playing nation, they have extra matches. They have an extra population if you come in.
Right.
So like we, Oman, we have bunch of Omani players as well. A lot of Omani players. We have Omani League.
Right, exactly, I've heard
For
of
example,
it. Yes.
they were, like there's if you want to tell the youth that you want an example, you can see Sufyan Mahmood. He's an
Yes.
Omani, and
Yes.
and one thing which defined him was sheer hard work. He never gave up.
Actually, I'm having Sufyan on the show very soon. Just
Very
letting you know.
soon.
Yeah. I've been talking to him as well
Yeah.
because I was getting in touch with you with a few cricketers that I was seeing are appearing in my feed everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And I just want to talk to you guys. Like, it's first of all, it's an honor having like Oman cricket players in the studio for Locally Yours. That's what the show is all about, basically. To highlight these talented people like you who are out there representing Oman and putting Oman on an international. It's a lot of pressure, by the way. I do understand that because even when I was playing for under 17 and under 19, I was in the plane, couldn't believe the fact that I was touring for Oman, going for a cricket tour. And then at the same time, right after that, I would get the thought that, what if I don't perform? What if we're in a pressure situation and I'm like 7 down batsman, we need 50 runs from like 20 balls and I'm that batsman on strike. Like, those thoughts really weigh you down mentally. But then again, like you said, is the mindset that comes that, you know what? No, those are the challenges that I can overcome. That's why I'm here. That's why I was chosen to represent Oman. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know.
You're 100% that's right. But I come from a family which has cricket craze.
Right.
They know everything about cricket. If
Right.
I do this and that or anything, they know more than me because they are cricket craze.
That's
They,
so
they
cool,
follow
man.
a lot of cricket. Cricket is all they have. Like,
Right.
like cricket, and that's all.
Yeah.
My family runs in that. So you're talking about pressure. Pressure on the field, but I have off the field as well. It's my family.
Yeah.
It's my dad who really worked hard to get me here. That pick and drops, those hard work, standing and looking at my matches.
Right.
It's unmatchable. I give all my credit to my parents. I give everything. That support is
Respect.
hats off to my father. Hats off to my mother.
Hats off indeed. I mean, that's a nice boy right there, like a
Yeah.
good boy right there.
The people who know me, they know, oh, your father's sitting in the stands. Yes. That's the public I needed
Right.
to impress from the start.
Right.
That's the person I needed to impress from the start.
Right.
He was sitting in the stands and I had to impress him, not the crowd.
True.
And when the crowd came in, it's no pressure for me because my father used to sit in. He's whole of a crowd. It's one person itself. It's more
Right.
than enough.
Right.
When we played in crowd, I played in. My seniors have played in Nepal. There's a lot of craze in cricket. Okay?
Right, right.
So there's a lot, thousands of people. They're climbing the trees and
I've
watching
been
the
to Nepal,
match.
by the way, for
Is
a
it?
cricket tour. Yeah.
Oh my
Under
God.
19. And
Oh
it
my
was
God.
cold, and you can just imagine our hands because we weren't made for that cold.
no,
So all the players, when we would get out of a hotel room, our coach would give us like a season ball.
Yeah.
And be like, even when you're in the bus, keep warming up your palms
warming
because
up.
then you'll hesitate to even.
Or else keep it in your pockets.
Yeah, it used to hurt a lot, by the way. It used to hurt
So
a lot.
now, see that was back then. Now we have the gel thing, so we keep it in the pockets. So it keeps it warm. So
No way. You see, that brings me to my next question. Actually, tech. Now, there's a lot of buzz for AI, right?
Yeah.
Artificial intelligence. People are using it to get their assignments done. People are making strategies. People are making ad campaigns. You name it. I won't say it's right up there with the human brain, but it's getting there. So, is there any sort of AI application or artificial intelligence application in cricket that you use personally, maybe say for stats or to give you algorithms or something like a data that helps you improve your game?
yes, there is. We use the GPS.
Okay.
Specifically, don't know the brand name.
Okay.
That's what the whole team use. We wear a vest.
Okay.
And it's tracking our every step which we take. We are more balanced on the right step, left step. It tells
Oh,
us that
wow.
how fast is our sprint, how many kilometers we have covered, how many calories we have burned in that session. It tells that AI is there, and it's not reached till Oman till now, but there are AI used a lot in cricket. I'll tell you honestly. Recently, Pakistan has done selection on the AI. Can you believe that?
Oh, wow.
So it plays a major role these days because the upcoming generation and upcoming time gets AI a lot. You know how involved it is.
And how do you fight with an AI selector? Like, how do you
Nothing,
argue
just
your
break
case?
the robot.
Yeah, like how do you go like the algorithm isn't right and yes that data is correct, yes, and it will, but take me in the like you can't,
Yeah.
there's no argument. Like if it's a human, you can at least present your case, but this is
At
based
least
on
you
facts.
can blame him, but this
Yeah.
guy's 100% right.
Blame is the right
Yeah,
word. That's what I was looking for. You can blame someone. So, Muzahir, your journey is fantastic. You're very inspirational. Let me tell you that. I'm 38 right now. Okay. And looking at you at 22, from this podcast, I've learned a lot from you. The discipline, the way you have summarized your principles, that this is what you have to follow, this is what you have to do. And generally, I ask this question for the sake of it, that do you have any words for people watching out there, someone who wants to take up cricket as a full-time job? But today I'm asking you, even for me, not just for someone watching you, but I've learned so much from you that I want to ask you, any words for the young cricketers out there, someone who's playing casually, someone who wants to take it up as a full-time career, or someone who's in it right now and wants some useful tip, maybe not from Oman, watching us somewhere in another country. Any words that you would like to put out?
I have thousands of words for them, because I'm a young cricketer. So what I came, as I told you for the story. So this question came up. So I'll tell you one more thing. So the cricket you see, this man is sitting here and talking in a mic. It's nothing but the hard yards we have put. The time we lift a trophy, that's people just see, oh, he lifted a trophy. But the hard yards behind that, no one sees that, because that's under the shadow. The people who see you is your parents. They appreciate you. Why they set a tier? That's the reason. Because they have seen it's 46 Celsius, we're playing a 50-over match. People, they don't sit in the car. They say it's hot. And we are playing 8-hour sports in that from the morning, from 47 Celsius. And I'll tell you one more thing, as a Muslim, we played in fast as well. Yeah,
Ramadan. I've played 25-over games, not 50-over games.
And how hot was Ramadan this season? We were practicing. And you tell Oman that, oh, they're reaching this level. This is the sheer hard work we do. Every boy sets a very hard yard back then. Cricket is not just a game that will get you from one place to another place. No, it's sheer hard work.
I agree.
You see people, big stars. You see the story. Why it's so inspirational? That's the reason. This is the hard work. I was a net bowler who came in Oman.
Yes.
I didn't get like, oh wow, he's such a good. No, I was good, but till a certain level. I was a net bowler for 3 years. I used to just net ball them and just go ball and go, ball and go. To achieve where I am right now, I wouldn't say, oh, it's luck. No, Alhamdulillah, I've done the hard work and I deserve where I'm standing right now.
Well said, man. Actually, I would like to share a personal story over here with you.
Please.
I'm getting so excited, I can't even say story, I'm saying story. But for example, when I started doing comedy, I put in a lot of hours writing comedy. But I will be very honest, my mindset was that, oh, if I get on stage, then people will know me as a stand-up comedian. And, I might also get paid and I might also get some recognition. And for a year and a half, I also failed. I failed miserably. Like I didn't get laughs on stage. There were times.
Career starts like that.
It starts with failure. So basically what Muzahir is trying to say, that failure is it's cliche. I know a lot of people tell you that, hey, failure is the first ladder. But it's actually true. It's actually true.
Yeah.
And if you hit success from the very start, then good on you. Then maybe your luck played in, but everything boils down to hard work, like Muzahir said. Money will come. For example, Alhamdulillah, now I'm paying my bills out of my career, which I'm happy about. I don't have fame. I know 5 people who know me, which I'm happy. Now Muzahir, 6 people. And the cameraman right there, 7 people. But I'm happy. I am just happy with what I'm doing. And Muzahir, I would just like to thank you for taking time out. I know you have a busy schedule. You practice every day. And today was that one day where you were like, you know what, Abbas, okay, I'll skip practice. I won't skip it. I'll go back to it. But I really appreciate, man. Thank you so much for coming to this show and taking time out and talking to us, talking to our viewers. Good luck. I hope you do really well. I hope I see you where you don't recognize me, inshallah.
That's never going to happen. We always remember that.
He's saying it on camera now, okay?
We always remember the good
and
people.
If you become really big, and if you see me, then you give me a check for how much ever you can afford at that time.
Oh, that's sweet. You will get a date box. You'll get ajwa khajur.
Bro, thank you so much. Absolute pleasure. And good luck. And take care, man.
Good luck to your show as well.
Thank you.
I've met you outside as well. I swear to God, guys, this guy is the same where he is right now in front of the camera. His personality, his aura, his humor is outstanding. So shout out to the big stand-up comedian we have of Oman.
Habibi, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.